God bless you, Algebra 2 standard students. I trust this will be helpful to you. I'm going to go ahead and do this practice test video with you. This will be a practice test. So let's make it practice. And may God guide us as we work together. I know He's standing right by to do just that. So let's go ahead and start with the bonus. First, it says, write a scripture which encourages you to believe that you can do well in this upcoming test. The test will be tomorrow. So this scripture is our wonderful Luke 1:37. And we always want to remember that we're not working by ourselves. Those are three important words I just wrote for with God. He's always with us. Nothing. You can make that as emphatic as you like, because that's the truth. Nothing shall be impossible. You can get a good grade in this quiz. You can do well this year if you're working with God. Without God, it's something else. So those 7 words, say them with me. For with God, nothing shall be impossible. Now, what aspect of the related story is helpful? The story relates to Mary hearing these words from the angel Gabriel. She was a virgin and she was told that she was going to have a baby. And you know it, if God could help a virgin to have a child, and what a child. Then what? Then He can help me in this test. Or you could write, then He can help me with anything. No matter how difficult. He can help you to concentrate. He can help you to put everything else aside from you right now and be attentive to what you're doing right here. Number 2, identify the choice that best completes the statement or answers the question. What is a question? If g of x is a horizontal translation 2 units to the right of f of x, which is equal to 3x plus 5, what is the rule for g of x? So we're given that f of x is 3x plus 5. And what are we doing? Here's the key. 2 units to the right. And whenever you go right or left, that's when you use parentheses. I should say horizontally to the right. So right or left would be parentheses. So here it comes. 2 units to the right means that instead of x, we're going to put x minus 2. Instead of x here, we put x minus 2, because right or left means we're going to use parentheses. Up or down, we don't put it in parentheses. Right or left, we put it in parentheses, and we make it opposite of what you think. You would think to the right would be plus, right? No, it's going to be minus. And then we have a plus 5 here, we put plus 5. Again, instead of x, we put x minus 2, and the 5 stays as is. And we work this part out by the distributive property. This becomes 3x minus positive 3 times negative 2 would be negative 6 plus 5. These would go together. So we have equals 3x. Negative 6 plus 5 would be negative 1. So this would be the g of x we seek. if you were asked to translate 2 units to the left, then this would be x plus 2. X plus 2. So if it were 2 units to the left, let's just put a note here. You'd write 3 times x plus 2, but don't forget you'd have to still add the 5, plus 5. Okay, so that's that one, and that would be choice A. How about number 3? What are the coordinates of the point? And the one I gave you was this. I think I gave you, I gave you 4, -4, after should be a vertical compression of 1/2. Vertical compression, what does it mean? It means that you are compressing, means you're making it smaller, right? So we're going to take a half of just the vertical, or the y component, the y coordinate. So this means the x stays as is, and we're going to take a half of this -4, so it's going to be 1/2 of the -4, and so that leaves me 4, the x coordinate is untouched, and a half of -4 will give me a -2. Your choice would be choice B here. Okay, if I had said a horizontal compression, remember compression makes it smaller. Horizontal compression, then I would take a half of the x component. So that would be then 2, -4. Okay, think about compressing something. If you had a slinky or something like that, you were compressing it, you make it smaller. And if it's horizontal compression, that would be your x coordinate. Vertical compression, that's your y. Okay, how about this one, number 4? If f of x is 2x minus 7, and here we are translating 5 units vertically up to produce g of x. What is the algebraic rule for g of x? So g of x from this one is going to be 5 units up, and that's taking it just as is. So it's going to be whatever the f of x was, and now here it comes, plus 5. You take it just the way it's given. No parentheses here. So all we need to do is to put the like terms together. So we have 2x, -7 plus 5 would be -2. Okay, -2. So for this one, it should be a -2 here. Okay, so that would be the choice for that. If we were going down vertically, that would be what? 2x minus 7 minus 5. Okay, so going down vertically would be -7 minus 5, and that would be this option right here. Okay, finally on this page, what is the type of correlation? Here you can see the scatter plot could be modeled by a line with a positive slope, something like that, and that makes this a positive correlation. So that would be the positive, or option B. If the plot were something like this, it would be a negative correlation. Okay, let's go forward. No correlation would look something like this, where it's just totally random. It's not looking at positive or negative. You don't know what to do with it. Okay, number 6. How can you graph f of x minus k from f of x? Well, you see parentheses, it's going to be either going forward or back. And you know it's backward when it comes to horizontal. So when you see x minus k, where k is some number, k could be 1, k could be 2, k could be 5, k is just some number. So it's horizontally. Would it be to the left or would it be to the right? You said it right. It's going to be to the right, x minus k, in parentheses, to the right by k units. So this would be this one. Okay? How about if it says f of x plus k? That one would be to the left. Okay? Okay, so this would be k units to the left. And if it were like this, where the k is outside of the parentheses, it would be k units up. Finally, f of x minus k, that would be down. So much for that one. Number 7. Let g of x be the transformation 7 units vertically down for f of x. 7 units down. Well, let's see what we have. We have f of x is equal to negative 5x plus 6. 7 units down, should we use parentheses? No. 7 units down is just going to be minus 7. So it's going to influence this 6, and the like terms will give us 6 minus 7 would be negative 1 for that one. So that would be option A. Okay, if it were 7 units up, then you do what? Plus 7. How about number 8? Use the function notation to describe the specified transformation of f of x. Horizontal translation, 3 units to the left. 3 units to the left, would it be this? Or would it be this? Well, you said it. F of x plus 3. To the left or to the right is in parentheses, so it would be this one. Number 9. For the point, well, this one, I trust you know this one. For the point 2, 5, perform the translation 2 units up, 2 units horizontally to the left, 2 units vertically up. So, in a case like this, you're not using any f of x or anything like this. So, if we say 3 units to the left, here's what you do. You take the x coordinate and you directly subtract the 3 from it. And then it says 2 units vertically up. You take the y coordinate and you add 2 units to it and you get your answer. So that would be your negative 1, comma, negative 3. Okay, so this one, no parentheses, no f of anything, you just take it literally the way it's given. This one, identify the parent function. First of all, parent function, from what? Which parent are we coming? Oh, you see x squared here? So this would give you what? This would be quadratic. Describe the transformation. Here we got parentheses, so it's going to be 3 units forward or 3 units back. This would be 3 units horizontally. Forward, but we're not done. What does this do? This means 2 units up or down. 2 units vertically up. And finally, with the table we want y-axis reflection. What is that? Y-axis reflection means that we only change the x coordinates. So the x coordinates are all negated. 2 becomes that,